Well, there we go people, it's finally here. Super Mario Maker 2 is out today, and I'm actually glad you decided to take a break from playing the game to watch this very original video where we are going to be playing Super Mario Maker 1 for the Nintendo 3DS. You see, I figured that since we played all of the sample and event courses on the Wii U version of Mario Maker 1 without touching a coin, why shouldn't I play the 3DS version too? After all, it features this mode called the Super Mario Challenge that has a total of 100 levels, most of them being brand new. The rules are simple. We are going to be playing all of the Super Mario Challenge levels one after another, and we'll try to see how many can be completed without touching a single coin. That's it. That's all the rules. Let's just jump into it. World 1-1 is literally the very first level of the very first Super Mario Bros. Game ever, so you know this one is super easy. 1-2 does feature a couple of coins and those Koopas underneath them, but you can just bounce on their shells to avoid collecting any coins. 1-3 has lots of enemies, which could potentially be a problem if it wasn't for the fire flower you get at the beginning of the level, making it a cakewalk. 1-4 is up, and this one doesn't contain a single coin, so you'll beat it easily. In World 2-1, you'll have to swim in between the Goombas and the many question blocks. Just be super careful not to hit a single one as they may contain deadly coins, and then you'll be all okay. 2-2 is kind of tricky because you need to enter this pipe at the end to clear the stage, but the way to do that is to hit the Koopa shell to break those blocks. But as the Koopa shell bounce left and right, they'll hit coin blocks, giving you the deadly coins. So instead, we'll have to grab a super leaf to then use our raccoon tail attack to break the blocks ourselves. Once you got this figured out, this level is done. 2-3 is actually super easy because it's just a remake of World 1-2 from the original Super Mario Bros. Game, and you can actually just break the blocks on top there to skip the entire level, so you know, it's pretty easy. 2-4 is actually a problem for this quest. You see, in order to enter that pipe, you need to hit that P switch, turning all of the blocks into coins. And sadly, there is no mushroom power-up that would allow us to break those. So yeah, this one is actually not possible. 3-1 actually has a couple of coins here and there, but none that can't be avoided with a couple of precise jumps. Just be wary of your surroundings and you'll clear this in no time. 3-2 is a really weird level featuring a couple of coins here and there, but this level has tons of space to dodge them all, so you have nothing to worry about. 3-3 is very easy and doesn't contain a single coin, so this one will be done in no time. 3-4 also does not contain a single coin, just some Lakidus throwing some fireballs. Piece of cake. 4-1 is a remake of the first level in Super Mario Bros. 3, and the only coins that could prove to be a problem can actually be cleared by flying over them or just going under them, so you know, it's pretty simple. 4-2 is a very difficult level because it contains so many coins. Usually, those coins are meant to show you where to fly in order to reach the end of the level, but having them in our way makes everything harder. Thankfully, if you've played a lot of Super Mario World, you probably mastered the art of cape flying. By alternating between pushing left and right, Mario can actually glide with the cape and fly in a perfect line without losing any altitude. This is actually what you'll need to do to clear this level without touching any of those coins over there. It's really precise, really spooky, but it can actually be done, and the rest of the level is kind of easy. 4-3 wants you to do some really precise jumps using the propeller suit, and since there are tons of coins, it's actually harder than it looks, but all of those coins can be avoided up until this part, where you have to go up that pipe. And yeah, with all of those coins guarding the entrance of the pipe, there's actually no way we're completing this one, sadly. 4-4 is a very gross level featuring so many coins. There's actually no way of getting past the very first jump without touching one of those. And I mean, the rest of the level wasn't really promising anyways, so you know, this one is not possible. 5-1 is next, and this one does contain its fair share of coins, but most of them are located above Mario most of the time, so just ignore them and you'll be all good. 5-2 features lots of trampolines and a bunch of coins too, so you'll have to be super careful not to bounce too high. Sadly, once I reached this part there, I just couldn't get over those coins on the conveyor belt. Bouncing on a trampoline doesn't bounce me high enough to dodge all of those boos, so yeah, sadly, this one looks impossible. 5-3 is also kind of annoying, as it contains a lot of coins that you cannot really dodge, and the second part of the level requires you to hit a P switch, turning all of those blocks into coins. So yeah, forget about this one. 5-4 is an auto-scroller, and it features a lot of coins. You can imagine combining those two elements together just doesn't really fit with this Coinless challenge. So yeah, sadly, this one is impossible. 6-1 is a very scary level. It features a lot of coins, forcing you to do some epic scary jumps. My tip here would be to ignore all of the trampolines and just crouch jump in between the hazards and the coins. But for the final part of the level, simply bounce on the trampoline and just press jump when ready to move on to the next one. All of this while controlling Mario to make sure not to hit a single coin up there. 6-2 is all about patience. If you bounce on the Goombas, you will hit some coins for sure, so just be patient and wait for them to move out of the way and you'll reach the end in no time. 6-3 is home of those bouncing donut platforms, and if you've played this game before, you know how annoying these platforms can be. You can barely control where you bounce, and couple that with coin dodging, and you've got the recipe for an impossible stage. Next! Welcome to World 6-4, and yeah, this one is not happening. 7-1 is thankfully a pretty easy level and doesn't contain a single coin in our way, so we'll reach the end in no time. 7-2 is basically a survival test. Just try to stay alive for long enough to reach the end and you'll be all good. There are not any coins that will be a problem in that one. 7-3 is a very easy level that doesn't contain a single coin, so just run to the end of the stage and you'll be done. 7-4 is also pretty simple, as the only coins in the level are located over there and you can simply just walk under them, so no worries. 8-1 does feature a lot of coins, but thankfully you can dodge all of them if you are paying attention to your surroundings and use the propeller suit when required. 8-2 is a very complicated stage. Basically, you have to jump on Bubsy Beetles to fly to the end of the stage, but there's no way we're actually dodging all of those coins over there. Thankfully, there's a secret pipe up there leading to a whole different area. This part is actually kinda tricky and contains a lot of coins. I managed to get past the first couple of coins, but there is no way for me to actually remain under all of those coins over there, as the Bubsy Beetles always fly up when you stand on them. It might be possible, but I just couldn't do it myself, despite trying it for a very long time. 8-3 might look familiar if you've watched my Mario Maker Wii U Coinless video. Remember Coinless? That level featuring hundreds and hundreds of coins? Well, it's back in the 3S version, and once again, there is no way of clearing this one. 8-4 is up, and this one is not very difficult, as it doesn't contain that many coins. Whew, that's a relief. 8-5 does contain a couple of red coins, which do count on the coins counter, but thankfully, these are just for a bonus objective, so you can actually just ignore them all. Doing so actually makes the level possible without touching a single coin. 8-6 doesn't actually contain a single coin, so just bounce your way to the end of the level and you'll be done. 9-1 is a very easy airship level, as you can actually go above all of the dangerous hazards, and I don't even think there's a single coin in there, so yeah, this one's easy. 9-2 does contain a couple of coins here and there, but they can all be dodged by being extra careful. Be patient with those dry bones and the end will be just around the corner. 9-3 is sadly a level that contains coins everywhere. You're actually meant to do some very precise wall jumps, and Nintendo decided to put coins everywhere to show you where you have to jump. So yeah, there is no way of dodging all of those coins. 9-4 is super simple and will be completed real quick. Just make sure not to enter the bonus area and you'll be all good. 9-5 is an auto-scroller level featuring tons of coins. Thankfully, all of them can actually be dodged by being careful in your jumps. Make sure to jump on top of this platform there after hitting the P switch, because you don't have enough time to walk past the blocks before they turn back into coins because of how slow the scrolling goes in here. Once that is done, you're good to go. 9-6 features a lot of cannons, and some of those will shoot out evil coins, so just be careful, wait for those evil coins to disappear and you'll be good. 9-7 doesn't contain that many coins. It does, however, contains a lot of enemies, so just make a run for it and you'll be okay. 9-8 takes place on a skull platform that goes really fast. Along the way you'll meet many dangerous coins. The first part is quite easy, but once you reach this part, make sure not to hit that P switch or else you're toasted. You actually have to dodge the P switch to then move quickly on those blocks to catch up to the platform and then do some really precise jumps in between those two sets of coins while going up. Because of the speed and momentum gained from the platform, it's actually insanely difficult not to touch any of those coins. But after a lot of tries, I managed to do it. So yeah, this one is possible, but very hard. World 10-1 is actually very easy, and after that last level, this is very welcomed. Just hop in the green shoe and make your way to the end of the stage, and that's it. 10-2 wants you to use ground pounds to defeat enemies, and that's all good up until this part there. You have to ground pound to defeat the Goombas and get the key, but ground pounding over there hits the question blocks and give you some evil coins. Sadly, this level is in the Mario 1 engine, so you can't just grab the POW block and bring it with you. Yeah, this one's not possible. 10-3 is a remake of a Super Mario World level, and this one is super easy to complete. 10-4 only contains one set of coins and they are just flying at you, but just bounce using your Yoshi buddy and you'll have nothing to worry about. 11-1 is next, and this level looks impossible, as you have to hit a P switch to turn those blocks into coins to get to the next part. But you can thankfully avoid the need to touch those coins by catching the spiny shell with Yoshi to then use it to break those blocks. And that's it! Once that part is done, what remains of the level is quite easy. 11-2 does contain a couple of coins, but it does feature multiple paths, so you can usually avoid all of the bad coins. Do a very precise jump on that Koopa over there to then damage boost your way to the end of the stage and you'll be done. 11-3 is really difficult. First off, it's an auto-scroller asking you to jump on moving platforms on rails. All of this while dodging a lot of boos and a crap ton of coins. This one requires a lot of practice, but eventually you'll nail it and dodge all of those evil coins and enemies. Once that is done, don't think it's over, because there's actually a lot more coins to dodge. This final part with the dry bone is insanely difficult, but all of this can be done by being a little bit lucky and having a little bit of skill. 11-4 gives you 3 pipes to choose from, and I suggest you go down the first one, as you'll be riding down a slow platform without any coins that stand in your path. Just make sure to exit the pipe as Small Mario, or else you're kinda screwed. Thankfully, Nintendo kinda knew I was going to attempt this challenge, as they put a hammer bro to help me damage myself. Hey, thanks a lot guys! For World 12-1, hop into a Koopa Clown car and fly very low under all of the enemies and coins and you'll be okay. 12-2 is another level with a Koopa Clown car, and while this one is way trickier, just make sure to defeat most enemies in your way and you'll be able to dodge most of the evil coins. 12-3 features yet again a Koopa Clown car, except this one is actually not possible because of a simple jump over there. Yeah, there's no way of jumping in between those walls without touching one of those coins because of how big the clown cart hitbox is. What a shame. Can you believe World 12-4 is another clown car level? Well, believe it or not, it is, and once again, it features some impossible jumps, so this one is not possible. 13-1 wants you to get a propeller suit to then go up there, but as you can see, there are some evil coins in our way, so sadly, we cannot go past this one either. 12-2 just wants you to follow the P-switch up until you can hit it and destroy the enemies that block your path. This one's pretty easy actually. 13-3 is a very easy level, and the only annoying coins are those flying ones over there, but if you move back and wait for them to pass you by, you'll then be all good to go. 13-4 doesn't feature a single coin, so it's an easy win. 13-5 features a lot of coins, but thankfully it also features a POW block. Let's use it to get rid of the coins and we'll be able to make our way to the end easily. 13-6 features so many coins, dude. Yeah, forget about this one. 14-1 features so many coins, dude. Yeah, forget about this one. For World 14-2, just be super careful and make sure the Bubsy Beetles fall in a way that they don't hit any question blocks and you'll beat the stage easily. 14-3 takes place underwater, and it does feature a lot of coins in your way. That will force you to do some very precise swims in between all of the dangerous things. Clearing this will lead you to the final part, which forces you to run and collect so many coins. Yeah, this is disappointing to say the least. 14-4 only has coins in those invisible flying blocks, so just avoid hitting any and you'll reach the end in no time. 15-1 is a very tricky level. You'll have to do some very precise Yoshi jumps to get to the end, and then there's this part which looks impossible. But here's what you gotta do, just grab a star in Yoshi's mouth and spit it out that way. Then, ditch Yoshi and as Small Mario, make a very precise jump in between the coin and the ground there to then use the star to defeat all of the plants that stand in your way, and ta-da! You did it. What remains of the level is quite easy and doesn't contain that many coins. 15-2 is super easy, and the only coins that could be annoying are flying over there, but you have plenty of room to dodge them all. 15-3 is quite easy if you grab a cloud and just fly above all of the evil coins. 15-4 is a very tricky one featuring blocks on rails. Basically, you'll have to be careful when moving and jumping to dodge most of the coins. For this final part with all of the chain jumps and the coins, you'll have to spin jump on top of those enemies to avoid touching the coins underneath. As soon as you land back on the platform, quickly move to the right as spin jumps break the platform, so yeah, don't waste any second there. 16-1 is once again a level featuring lots of those bouncy donut things that I hate with a passion, and once again, forget it, there is no way this level can be done coinless as those donut platforms are way too unpredictable. 16-2 requires you to do some insane precise jumps in between coins, enemies, platforms, and all of this while running super fast with a star. It took me a while to perfect it, but it is actually possible to make it to the end without collecting a single one of those evil coins. Man, this one was so stressful. 16-3 features so many lift platforms and coins everywhere. I don't think this one can actually be done, it's way too insane. 16-4 does contain its fair share of evil coins that stand in your path, but thankfully there's always a way of dodging them by being creative. Bouncing on those saws at the end without being able to jump in fear of touching those coins up above was very annoying, but it is possible. 17-1 wants you to hit blocks, hoping to find the correct one to proceed to the next area. And most of the wrong blocks contain evil coins, so your best bet here is to memorize which blocks to hit in order to reach the end. It's kind of a pain in the butt, but it's doable. 17-2 is one big puzzle level, forcing you to explore many rooms and collect tons of red coins. So yeah, this one is not happening for this quest. 17-3 is pretty easy and all of the coins can be dodged by being careful. The fact that you have a cloud also helps a lot. 17-4 contains a lot of coins, but you have to jump in order to collect them, so basically just make sure never to jump and it will be cleared in no time. 17-5 is up, and this one starts off with you having to collect those coins to go underneath the ice wall. Yeah, it's not happening, you can't go above it either, so nah. 17-6 is also impossible, as it forces you to run on the conveyor belt and there's a million coins in your path. 17-7 is kind of easy and doesn't contain that many coins, just dodge the flying invisible blocks and you'll be okay. 17-8 starts off okay, but you'll soon reach this part where you have to collect those coins in order to move on to the next part of the stage. Ah, what a disappointment. 18-1 is very tricky. First off, you have to try to fit a Koopa Clown car in between the ceiling and the coin there, which is very tedious. But even when you manage to do it, you still have to defeat a million bloopers. Eventually, after many tries, I managed to get past the section. And thankfully, the second part of the level doesn't really feature a single coin. So yeah, this one's actually possible. 18-2 is a very easy one, as all you have to do is to avoid the wigglers and the coins and you'll be all good. 18-3 is next, and sadly for this one, you need to collect 5 red coins in order to open that door and complete the level. And since red coins count on our total coin counter, we cannot complete this one. 18-4 is a very easy level, which doesn't feature that many coins, so it will be beaten in no time. Whirl 18-5 is super easy, as you can actually use Mario's feather cape to fly above the entire level. That's kind of cheating, but it works. 18-6 isn't going to be that easy, as it features those blue skull platforms and coins everywhere. Forget it, not happening. 18-7 takes place underwater, and it does contain a lot of coins, but you can actually just swim around them without too much difficulty. The final part with the angry swimming wigglers is kind of spooky, but it is actually possible. 18-8 is another puzzle level, but sadly you need to go down this path over there to get a POW block. And as you can see, with those coins in the way, this one is not happening. 19-1 is next, and it starts off with all of those annoying coins. I tried to run as fast as I could, but it's actually not possible to clear this jump without touching one of those coins. 19-2 features so many rails and hazards. The first part can be completed, but once you reach this next part, there is no way to dodge all of those coins, sadly. The platform is too slow, which doesn't allow you to dodge them, and that's a shame, really. 19-3 is a really stressful level featuring fire bars, coins, and all sorts of crazy hazards. The first part of the level can actually be done without touching a single coin, but once you reach this part, well, this is where the fun is over. I tried for hours to get past this part, but there are way too many coins in the way. It kinda looks possible, but I just didn't manage to do it myself. 19-4 requires you to use those boots to fly and dodge all of the coins. It is a very stressful level and the boots control are pretty weird, but eventually, after a lot of tries, I managed to complete the stage. 19-5 is, well, just look at it. Yeah, you can imagine this one is not happening anytime soon. 19-6 features a lot of coins, but they are all on the rails above you, so basically just stay as far as you can from those rails and you'll be done in no time. 19-7 is insanely difficult. There are so many coins in this level, but the real challenge comes from those blocks on rail which are super annoying to deal with. Sometimes they push you off, sometimes they restrict your jumping abilities. It is super annoying to stand on those platforms really, but eventually I managed to reach the second part without a coin. And this second part is as tedious, especially this part here. But at one point I got extra lucky and managed to jump in between the coins and got to the end. Whew. 19-8 is a ghost house featuring tons of keys and locked doors. I think this one is supposed to be some sort of maze or something. Anyways, it doesn't feature any coins, so don't worry about it. 19-9 is really hard because it contains so many trampolines everywhere. This prevents you from going where you want to go. And this second part is even harder with all of those trampoline walls super close to some coins. Oh, and don't get me started on that final part where you have to jump in between coins and trampolines. Yeah, that part was insanely difficult, but eventually I managed to do it. 19-10 is actually very easy as most of the coins are out of your way, so if you're not going for them, you'll have no difficulty reaching the end. 19-11 does contain its fair share of coins, but you can thankfully dodge most of them by doing some precise jumps. Once you're underground, use Nicobbq to clear the path for you and you'll reach the end without a problem. 19-12 is the final level of the game, and this one wants you to do some very precise wall jumps, and as you can see there are tons of coins everywhere. So yeah, sadly this one is not possible for this quest. Well, there we go, we completed all of the levels in the Super Mario Challenge. But now it's time for the results. How many did we complete? Well, we actually managed to complete 68 stages out of the 100 in the game. So you know what? Today, we passed the Mario Maker 3DS exam. Anyways, thanks a lot for watching this video, guys. Make sure to subscribe and to hit that bell to know when I post a new video. Click the like button if you enjoyed this challenge, and if you want to support me and get your name in the credits, just hit the join button down below. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next one.